if so many people thought that Joe Biden would be a great president, well, now you know. Now you know he's not, and now you know he really was in mental decline. Yeah. And, well, maybe you can make a better choice in 2024, and let's sort this out.
Right.
But as soon as he said, I'm going to run again, they're like, the fuck you are. Yeah. And then, I think this is the beginning of a bunch of things that'll probably come out about him.
They flipped on him.
And they'll turn on him.
Yep.
And then they'll put someone else in his place and
Newsom waiting in the wings.
Yeah, I mean, he's problematic because even they fucking hate him in California. How are they going to feel about him in Arizona? How are they going to feel about him? But it's like how much of it can be manipulated by the media. I mean, how much can people be manipulated by these headlines that you read while you're taking a shit? How much of it, how much of these narratives can be shaped to get people to say, look, it's better him than Trump. Yeah. If it's Trump, we're going to have a nuclear war. If it's Trump, we're going to have a this.
No, we're going to have mean
white supremacists. We're going to have a this and that. And
mean tweets, Joe. Let's focus on what's really important.
Bring back
mean
tweets.
He can't even tweet anymore because he's got to deal with True Social, it seems like. Yeah. Because they gave him his Twitter account back and he won't even use it.
Yeah, I don't think him and Musk are friends, I suspect.
Well, I don't think it's that. I don't think he's allowed to. I think he has a deal. Really? If I had to guess. This is pure speculation. But he has his own social media network, and it's very valuable, right? So the only way that Truth Social is valuable at all is if he's not using Twitter.
I see.
If he starts using Twitter, I mean, he has like 29 million Twitter followers or something crazy like that. If he starts using that, no one's going to pay attention to Truth Social. Right. Like, why would I go over there and watch a bunch of QAnon wackos like scream about like Pizzagate when there's Twitter? I could just go to Twitter and read what he has to say and see him, arguing with people.
Right.
Meanwhile, the Taliban's on Twitter and they just bought blue check marks. So people are mad that Trump is back on Twitter. I mean, I saw people, I'm leaving Twitter. I'm like, do you understand that the fucking Communist Party of China is on Twitter? Do you understand that the Taliban's on Twitter? Do you understand how many fucking people are on Twitter and you're mad that Trump's back?
Hypocrites.
Well, it's just like, when the guy's on Twitter and he says funny shit, people can attack him and they can go after him. That's what it's supposed to be. Yeah. It's supposed to be like he says something and then let someone from the left, let Elizabeth Warren go after him, or let this person go after. Let them duke it out. Don't fucking silence people.
Right.
Especially like this idea that it's dangerous to let him speak and communicate. What about you, motherfucker? Someone's going to say it's dangerous to have you speak.
Yeah.
Yes, it's going to come down to it. Like they're going to keep pushing it further and further and further until like you're going to have a very narrow window of communication, a very narrow lane of your ability to express yourself, and it's not going to accurately represent people, and they're going to whisper things in pubs and whisper things in coffee shops, and that's going to be the real truth.
Yep, and this is like I was saying a few moments ago, which is that for decades throughout your life, we didn't have the censorship. People were allowed to say things. In worst case scenario, they got ridiculed and laughed at, and life went on, and everything was fine. The merry-go-round of life worked out just fine with everyone being able to say whatever they want to say. And now all of a sudden it's a problem. So they're conditioning the younger demographic to be like, you're right, this is dangerous misinformation. The younger demographic, these Gen Zs, they don't remember what I remember before, like the days before 9/11, being a senior in high school when that went down, and just how everything has slowly started changing since. They don't understand that freedom of speech was always a thing. There wasn't censorship, and everything was fine. And now they censor, and now you see problems.
Well, there's also the problem that social media, for the most part, is controlled by the left. It's almost entirely owned and controlled by tech companies who are very progressive and educated and primarily lean left.
They used to be the other way. For a long time, the tech, they blow with the wind a little bit in terms of political favor and
right, but there's never been. But tech has always been different than social media.
Yeah.
Tech combined with social media, like that form of tech is the distribution of information tech. It's not tech like
old school tech.
Yeah, it's so different. Devin Nunes, the former California congressman who left office to run Donald Trump's app True Social, has remained quiet as the platform continues to be plagued with issues.
It's his app.
It's his, Devin Nunes?
No.
Donald Trump?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like he owned, his company runs it.
Yeah.
I think they have scaling issues.
Well, that's more than a deal with it. Then,
I'm sure someone paid for it. I'm sure he didn't buy it.
Well, I was looking up. The CEO is Devin
sure
Nunes,
owns it.
and Devin Nunes left to run Trump's social media.
Right, but do you think he funded it? I'm sure there has to be some sort of a deal. I would just imagine.
That's what I was digging into.
Because I would imagine there's investors. Like, say if you're going to open up an app. Look, those apps don't do well. I mean, think about Gab and think about a lot of these other ones that they created, Getter. There's a lot of them they created. They just went away. I mean, if you got a fucking figurehead as big as Donald Trump and he's banned from Twitter and you say, this is the only way to get the voice of the king, and you put it on True Social, people are going to invest in that. And if they're going to invest in that, they're going to be very hesitant. Well, how do I know he's not going to go back to Twitter?
Right.
Well, he won't. He's not allowed to. I mean, that's just me guessing. I have no idea. I'm
Very logical.
Totally talking out of my ass. But I would imagine that he has some sort of a deal. Also, I would imagine that if that is his company, he would be wise enough to go, you know what, this is worth nothing if I go onto Twitter.
Yeah.
So if I'm going to sell this one day and make a big profit.
These are the people that invested in oil.
Yeah, so there you go. There you go. Look at all these people. 6.2 million. That guy invested 6.2 million. Oh my God, I want to sell you a bridge, buddy.
Yeah, since they got like $1 billion. Securita reported $1 billion.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
It's worth $40. That's hilarious. But the money remains inaccessible pending a successful public launch. In the interim, Trump's media venture has put together about $38 million in debt, according to the SEC file. That makes sense. And that money didn't come from Trump himself. So who provided it? See, that's what I'm saying. The money didn't come from Trump himself. See, I guessed, and I was correct.
Yeah.
And so let's look at all these people. So look at all these folks. Carl Pfluger. Hello, Carl. President of the Texas Oil Company. I bet he has a big hat and a fucking giant belt buckle. And he put $10 million toward Truth Social. Wow, that's a lot of money, Carl. Patrick Wall, CR Empire Holdings, company that manages multiple gym brands. $6.2 million. Kenny Trout. Texas, another Texas telecoms billionaire, donated to Trump before, forked over $4 million. Wow, Jesus Christ!
People are all rich.
That guy, the next guy, only $200,000, and $100,000. So most of the people were like, yeah, they are rich, but still, that is not a wise use of money.
Yeah.
You know, they probably got their wife. You need to donate, honey. We need to get Trump back into office.
If it said they got $1 billion in funding, whatever that just listed wasn't even close.
Yeah, that wasn't even
close.
50 million.
Yeah. Well,
was
the
the
other people are
38
probably
million debt.
hiding. The other people are probably hiding. Or maybe they got a lot of people that donated like 1,000. You know?
Yeah.
Because they got so the next one like 200,000. But that's all maybe like people have been public about
I
it.
didn't
Yeah.
see that GoFundMe link. Is all.
GoFundMe.